Hello, Brethren Village. It's Doug, the ground supervisor, coming to you with some more information on winter snow removal. The first thing I want to talk about today is our pre-treatment, and mainly what do we use and what equipment we use. So pre-treating we will do, you actually can do that up to a week before a storm. We tend to do it about a day or two before the storm would hit. And what we're doing is we have this machine here, which is our gator, with a 100-gallon tank. This will have salt brine in, which we will put on the sidewalks. You either use the spreader on the bottom, or you use the wand on off the reel. Now that would be for like short sidewalks, areas we can't back, or steps. We would use this for. The application bar or spreader bar, we can just drive along a sidewalk and make that happen. Now our brine tank used to be here at the ground shop, which is where we're located right now, but we happen to move that over to our facility building at a more protected area, so that's where our brine storage is. We also use the dump trucks, the dump truck and the pickup that has a spreader for granular salt and also brine tanks. Now these are used for the streets. When we're treating the streets in the parking lot, we're not only using liquid salt, but we're also using granular salt. We find that this is our best way of pre-treating our streets and our parking lots, because it tends to last longer and will give us a longer residual as the storm starts. Gives us a, if you're coming in, it's not going to be as slippy when you get when the storm first starts. It also helps as we clean up. The snow does not ice over as quickly. It also helps with, if we have an ice storm, it helps to keep the keep the ice from forming a crust onto the cold asphalt. It gives us a little bit more time, then we can start adding more applications to that. We also, so our salt, our bulk salt, with the company we use, they store this at the dock down in Wilmington, Delaware. Trucking company brings it up in dump trucks, usually 23 tons a load. We just got a load in. As you can see, the bin is full. We probably had about 7 ton in here when I got the load, so we got about 30 ton of salt. This will do multiple storms. Generally, we will get about 3 dump truck loads a winter. Most I've ever gotten was like 5, so there's quite a, depending on how much snow and ice you get, will depend on how much salt we go through. The newer equipment that we have on the trucks does much better at metering the appropriate amount of salt out, so we don't waste product. So that's been a really good blessing to have good equipment to keep from having waste. When we're doing sidewalks after we pre-treat, we're basically using 3 products in our spreaders for our sidewalk machines. We use a True Melt product, which is a magnesium and rock salt mixture. We'll use this primarily for rain events where it's going to ice. It just has a longer residual than some of the other products we use. So when it's raining and we're having ice, this is what we'll use. This is kind of like a green tinge to it, so if you see that on the sidewalks. We also use a product called Magic Melt that has rock salt, calcium, and magnesium in it. So it gives you, here again, it gives you a blended product. We can use that either in snowstorms or in rainstorms, so it just gives us a versatile product if we're going through a storm that maybe it'll start out as rain and then go to snow, or start out as snow, go to rain. Gives us some residual. If we have just a snowstorm, we'll use straight magnesium on the sidewalks. This is a cleaner product. It's a safer product for the concrete. And it also has a, will work down to like 25 below zero, where a lot of these other products are only into like 15 degrees is rock salt. And then you add into some other products, you get into around 0 or 15 below. So you got to watch what, so it depends a little bit on temperature and the storm. If you're going around campus, we have some different bins at the entryways. We have a couple of these outside of the STR building, the short-term rehab, and there is a bucket in here. It says ice melt, and there's a scoop that has for applying ice melt at entryways. You can always feel free to use them. We also have the white things. These are not trash cans, by the way, if you thought they might have been sitting inside the doors. But here again, they have ice melt in them with a scoop. And you can just take that and spread some of that outside the door. It's very easy to do. So if you feel like you're at an entryway and you need something, you don't have to always rely on a team member to come by and do it. You can easily grab that yourself. These bins are primarily in the team member parking lot. They actually have a thermometer on that changes color, so you know if it's cold. It's blue, so if it's blue, employee can take ice melt with them and take that to go between their cars to help keep from slipping, because between cars is one of the most difficult places we have to put product down. So inside the bin there would be cups that they can take, and then just coffee cups. They can just throw them away then when they're done. They don't have to return anything to the bin. So these are some of the products we use. We find out these are some of the better products, and we keep refining on how we do it. I keep looking at other items, making sure we're doing the best thing we can to keep the campus safe with products. So equipment that we use for snow removal. Well, let's look at sidewalks. So sidewalks, we have 4 machines that we use. This is the machine we call Vinny. Okay, it's a vent track. We have Gizmo. Gizmo's famous. Vinny and Gizmo and all the pieces of equipment we have, they all have brooms, they have blowers, they have blades, they have anything that we need to remove snow. They also all have a spreader on the back so that we not only can clear the sidewalk, but we can put ice melt down right away to help prevent slippage. Now you have to remember that's 4 machines. I just want to talk a little bit about how many people are actually on the snow removal team. We got 100 acres, parking lots, sidewalks, a lot of area to cover. There's 7 grounds team members. 4 of them are in sidewalk machines. So that leaves 3 that aren't. So the 3 that aren't are in plow trucks, but that's not enough. We actually have 5 plow trucks. Okay, so in order to cover that, we actually need 2 of the guys from maintenance, or 2 of the maintenance techs, to help us do snow removal. Plus, we hire in a contractor with a skid loader to help with snow removal. So it takes a team of like 10 people to get snow removal done, and that's just, that's 10 people trying to do it 24 hours a day. So just keep that in mind. So when it comes to plow trucks, talked a little bit earlier about these 2 trucks that had the salt spreaders on the back. So I usually run the dump truck. Brian runs the other salt truck. I'm primarily working on main campus with salting. Brian's working on like Fieldcrest and Northside Court. We try and split it up to keep things going smoother with the salting. We have 3 trucks that have plows like this. These are plows that the wings extend out or cup, which either gives you a wider blade or the ability to capture snow and place it elsewhere other than just pushing it to the side. So it actually makes like a scoop. We have 2 trucks with the V-plow. We like the V-plow because if you have deeper snow, you can break through deeper snow with it. This also has the ability to cup, so you can go left, go right, or cup. So the equipment that we have here again is really tailored to what we feel we need here in the campus, and it really helps to make it as efficient as possible. The contractor will come in with a skid loader with a V-plow on, very similar to this, and he'll help with some of the tighter parking lots and then also cottage driveways. So he's been helping get to cottage driveways quicker. Because when we're doing snow removal, we actually have routes. We have a map in each truck so that the driver of that truck knows where it needs to go to plow or to salt. It makes it easier, so if someone's not available to be in that truck, anybody can get in and follow the map without always asking where to go next. They know exactly where to go because it has primary, secondary, and then the last areas to go. So like primary areas are main campus, our healthcare buildings, our employee parking lots. We have to get our employees in. We have to keep our healthcare buildings open. It doesn't mean like anything is any less important, but we have more trucks focused on our healthcare areas because we have to keep them cleared out for employees to get in. We do monitor for emergencies, so if there's emergencies elsewhere on campus, we can easily get people into wherever they need to go because we're here as long as it's snowing. The sidewalk machines also have maps. So each machine has its designated area. Here again, we try and keep the healthcare buildings open, but there's always a machine circling around trying to keep entryways open. So if you're wondering about sidewalks, you know, we're focusing on entryways into buildings first to keep access to the buildings. Later on, we'll go to what I call personal sidewalks and leisure sidewalks. If it's that sidewalk that you like to walk, that probably won't get done till last. So my recommendation is stay in and stay warm and stay safe until we can actually get to that. So there's a great system. It works very well. So you can be rest assured that we have a system to get through all of campus. It just takes time for us to get to every area. Just to finish up here, let's just go over some quick tips on safety for winter and just some things that just help us as this ground snow removal team. First of all, when it comes to parking, just make sure that you're not pulling over the sidewalks. That's such a big thing. It helps us, we got to get these sidewalk machines through. Just makes it a lot easier for us to get the work done smoother, efficiently, quicker, or however you want to look at it. The other thing is if you're going out, make sure you're dressed properly, make sure you have good footwear on, with you, on your feet, you know, to keep you from falling. Make sure that you're not carrying a lot of heavy loads. You know, and the real thing is be patient. You know, for instance, if we're clearing with the plow trucks in a parking lot and you park there, let us do our job. You know, we can't always see where people are at, you know, moving around. Just kind of stay away from where the snow, either the sidewalk machines or the snow plows are. When we're plowing a parking lot, as the snow is winding down, we will open as many parking spaces as we can. That'll give you time when we leave to get out, clean your car off, move it to a spot that is clear, then we can come back and clear those spots. Don't rush out. You know, we're all in this together. We got to work together. We'll make sure that parking spaces get cleared. A lot of times it's the day after a storm because it really takes us like 8 to 12 hours after a snow stops for us to clear the campus. So it takes time for us to get every little spot on campus, but we're here. That's all we have to do when it storms over the winter, is to be here to help make the campus safe. The other thing I always like to make sure everybody realizes is salt does not make ice and snow disappear. Especially when it's snowing or raining. It has to stop in order for us to get things cleared out and really safe. And usually the day after a storm, things really start to improve. And the longer we go, the campus starts getting better and better. Like I said, we're here. That's what our job is when it snows or ices. We're here to make sure that the campus stays safe. Hope you follow these great tips. Keep safe, keep warm, be patient, walk slow. Have a great winter.